Hi, welcome to my live stream. We have a very heavy topic today, and if you are on my email list, you know what we're going to talk about. If you also saw my stories on my TikTok or the video I posted recently, you know what we're going to talk about. Okay, so I'm just going to wait for more people to come in before we hit on this topic. There's certain words that I can say or not say for you due to YouTube and also TikTok. Right, I can't really say I'm gonna say unalived. Okay, you guys know what unalived means, but I got a message yesterday, and I put the screenshot because she wanted me to share this. I put the screenshot of the message in my stories, but I got a message yesterday about a woman whose very close friend was unalived due to having fibroid surgery. Okay, very sad situation, and we're gonna talk about that. Because a lot of women have fibroids, right? And a lot of women are being coerced into having these surgeries, and they're not telling you the other side of it. Because I'm a holistic womb specialist, in case you're new here, I help women heal their wombs naturally. I hear so many stories like this. I actually have a very close friend who her best friend was of many years was unalived from having a myomectomy after she already was sent home. There was another woman on here, one of my, somebody that follows me, that I also follow as well. Her sister was unalived. And this is happening in America, okay? Just so you guys to know, because I know that I have followers from all over the world. And I know that in tons of African countries, Caribbean countries, this is the norm. People pass away due to surgery, but it also happens in this country as well, okay? So if you have fibroids, if somebody you know, you love has fibroids, you're gonna wanna listen up to this. I'm not gonna be live too long, but I wasn't even gonna go live today, but something on my heart told me to go live. And I know that I'm live on YouTube as well. They're not gonna push this out because I put the unalive. So they're not gonna push this out. So if you're on YouTube, share this video with somebody that you know so that we can get it out, because this is what they don't want you to know. This is the information they don't want you to know. If you've had fibroid surgery and know somebody that's had, or you've been planning to have fibroid surgery, you're gonna wanna listen up to this, okay? So, I got a message, and for those of you that are new, welcome. So I know some of you guys are watching me for the first time. That's how the algorithm is on TikTok. Hi and welcome. My name is Sasha. I'm a holistic womb specialist. I help women who have fibroids, endometriosis, ovarian cysts, adenomyosis, and other womb issues. I help them get to the root cause of their womb issues in order to heal completely, infertility included. Okay, so I help women heal their wombs naturally, holistically, without having to be sliced open, without having to take medications. That's what I do, and I have been doing that for years. And I've helped many women, hundreds over the years, become fibroid free, become free of endometriosis, be able to have children after years of infertility, and I have the testimonials to back it up. Okay, just in case you're new here, welcome. If you're watching from YouTube, be sure to click the thumbs up button. Hi YouTube. Okay, so if you have fibroids, I want you guys to put a 1 in the chat. I want you guys to engage. I know that it's probably a lot of new women watching me. Engage. Come on, YouTube. Engage. TikTok. If you have fibroids, put a 1 in the chat, because I want to make sure that it's TikTok is just anybody will just click on your lives. I want to make sure that I'm talking to the right women. Okay, that's really important to me. Okay, so we do have, thank you so much for responding, Miss Jenna. I appreciate that. Okay, so if you have fibroids, put a 1 in the chat, because this does, and anybody that has womb issues, honestly, this affects you. This affects you, right? This affects you. It's really important because doctors have been coercing women. When you have fibroids, your doctor will tell you that once they get bad enough, especially, and once you can have the symptoms, your doctor will tell you to have surgery. And they make it seem as though it's not a big deal. It's something so simple. I know this because this happened to me. This has happened to many of my clients, but they don't tell you how invasive how this surgery is. And if you've had a myomectomy, you know that it's very painful. It's a very painful, debilitating surgery. It's not just simple, hey, you'll be home in a couple hours after. No, it's a very painful surgery. You're getting cut open, right? And what a lot of women don't know and don't realize is that when you have fibroids, your body is already in an unhealthy state. Okay, so let me tell the story of the woman that sent me a message. She told me to share this with more women. She approved that I could share this with more women. Her friend, this happened in Minnesota. Her friend passed away from having a myomectomy. Her friend passed away from having a myomectomy. She had a myomectomy, and she was told that that was the only way for her to have a baby. Because what I'm assuming is that she wasn't able to get pregnant due to fibroids, right? Depending on the location of the fibroids, some women, and some of you may be listening to this and may be struggling to get pregnant because of fibroids or other womb issues, right? So depending on where the fibroid is, the location, the sizes, it could impact you getting pregnant. So she thought that this surgery will help her have a baby. She thought that having a fibroid surgery will help her have a baby. And 6 weeks after surgery, 6 weeks, she ended up having a blood clot and passing away. She didn't have an issue with blood clots before the surgery, okay? And if you've been following me for any length of time, I tell you guys that fibroids are the precursor to more serious issues, more serious health issues. These surgeries do not get to the root cause of the problem. That's why it makes no sense that we're risking our life having these surgeries, because they do not address the root cause of the problem. Women grow fibroids right after having surgery. Let me know, has this happened to you? Have you grew fibroids right after having a myomectomy? There's women that literally have had this surgery 5 times. Yes. There's women that's had this surgery 3 times, 4 times. At what point does it become too much? And somebody said yes in the comments. Yeah. So it's really, really important for you to realize that surgery is not the answer. And yes, some people may be watching this and have had surgery and get temporary relief. But the fibroid grows back because you did not address the root cause. Whenever you're going into surgery, and I know that sometimes it's a life or death situation, you have to, but whenever you're going into surgery, you have to understand and know that it is a risk, right? So if we're going to surgery for fibroids, is it really worth the risk? Is it really worth the risk? Because when women are getting rid of fibroids naturally, is it, pretty K, stay on topic, please. Is it really worth the risk? I talk about that, but not in this slide. We're gonna go deeper with this slide. We're talking about how somebody sent me a message saying her friend was unalived due to having fibroid surgery. Women need to hear this. And if you're watching from YouTube, you need to share this with somebody that has fibroids, because I know that women that have fibroids, they're being pressured into having surgery from their doctors. They're being pressured by even their husbands, boyfriends. I've heard stories, best friends. And if you are in my life and you're pressuring me to have surgery, I would have an issue with that. If you guys have been following me for any length of time, you guys know my personal story. But if they're pressuring you to get cut open, you have to evaluate your circle. That's what I'm going to say. Instead of I just can't have foolish people around me. Why would they, especially if they know that these fibroids grow back right after surgery, why would they pressure you to have surgery? You're welcome. Yeah. You have to be foolish to pressure somebody that you claim to love to have surgery for fibroids when you know that women are growing back fibroids after having surgery over and over again. Women are being unalived due to these surgeries. Okay? And this is not rare. This is happening. And because whatever the work I do, people come to me and say, this person my friend has. I have a close friend whose best friend was unalived years ago from having a myomectomy after being sent home, and then all of a sudden she passes away. Okay, I get told that all the time. It's no big deal to get a hysterectomy. See, I would think, here's the thing, and I know that there's a lot of ignorant people in the world, but if you're telling me to take out my womb, you must hate me. You must hate me. That my feminine center, my sacred center, you must hate me. It doesn't matter if I want to have children or not. This organ is in my body for a reason, and it serves a purpose. And once I take it out my body, I said, it's my womanhood. Exactly. And it makes me even more upset when men are telling you guys to take out your uteruses and to cut open or to have myomectomies. These same men, if something happens, they're not going to take out their penis. They're not going to take out their testicles. They're not. There's men that even have issues with prostate and whatever. They're not going to take out their parts, but they want you to take out your parts. You popped up on my FYP for a reason. Yeah, a lot of people stay blessed. A lot of people say that. A lot of people say that they randomly end up on my page for a reason. Absolutely. If you have been thinking about having fibroid surgery, another woman has passed away due to having fibroid surgery. This woman was a married woman. She wanted to have a child. And we're going to hit on this as well, because a lot of people are being coerced into having these fibroid surgeries, these myomectomies, because what they're saying is that this is the only way you'll be able to have a baby. Because what can happen is that depending on where the fibroid, the location of the fibroid, it can prevent you from getting pregnant. But guess what? When you shrink and dissolve your fibroid, you're able to get pregnant. And that's what I've helped many of my clients do. You can shrink and dissolve your fibroid. Yeah, can we get the likes up? Please like this video, ladies. Share this video. This needs to be heard. This needs to be heard. This is an important live stream. All these women on TikTok, on YouTube, or whatever, dealing with fibroids, this needs to be heard. Share this video. If you're watching from YouTube, share this video with somebody you know that has fibroids. All these women being coerced into having surgery, this is not a joke. This is not a joke. All of these women being coerced into having surgery, it's not a joke. So share this video with somebody that you know that has fibroids and other womb issues, okay? We are, and if you've been following me for any length of time, you know that I am helping women shrink and dissolve their fibroids. I've been doing this for years. So it breaks my heart that women are risking their life having these surgeries. They're risking their health having these surgeries, okay? Is it true they don't get all the fibroids out? I don't know. You gotta ask your, I don't know. I'm not in the surgery room with them. What I know is true, it doesn't heal your body. Taking the fibroids out surgically is not healing your body. It does not address the root cause of the problem. That's what I do know. That's what they grow back. They grow back like this. And when they grow back with a vengeance. They grow back with a vengeance. Thank you so much for the hearts. They grow back with a vengeance. You guys have to stop letting people cut on you just anyhow. Stop allowing people to just cut on you anyhow. Thank you for the gifts. Stop playing around with your womb. A lot of women don't value their wombs. This is why it's so easy to get, especially American women. It's so easy to get women to cut out their uteruses, to do several myomectomies. People are having myomectomies and UFE procedures. Do you treasure your womb? Why are we not going on a womb healing journey? Why are we not healing our wombs? And if you don't know how to do it, get somebody that can help you through the process. Even if it's not me, even if you don't work with me, get somebody that can help you through the process. Stop playing around, because if you're dealing with fibroids, if you're dealing with these womb health issues, that's a full body issue. That means that our health is in bad shape. This is why you also have anemia. You also have other health issues when you have fibroids, right? It affects your full body, right? If we have fibroids, the lymphatic system is backed up. Our digestive system is backed up. Our body's not absorbing nutrients like it's supposed to. Our liver, our kidneys, these places are not filtering out toxins like they're supposed to. Our liver's overloaded, right? It's a full body issue. It's not just a uterine issue. That's why when you have these surgeries, the fibroids grow right back. Your hormones are all out of balance when you have fibroids. I'm tired of hearing these stories about women being unalived due to having surgeries to remove fibroids. When are we going to learn? And then you still have women that said, I'm going to schedule my surgery. I can't save everybody. I can't, and I refuse to, because it's ridiculous. I'm only saving the ones that are listening, okay? Sasha speaks the truth. Getting her containers, absolutely. She helped me. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you. Absolutely, yes. Let me pin that comment. Thank you, Jessica. Because it's absolutely ridiculous. Women are risking their lives just to get the fibroids again, because when you get cut open, they're going to come back again. And this poor woman that was unalived due to having a myomectomy, she thought that she was doing the right thing to have a baby because she couldn't get pregnant because of the fibroid. But instead of actually, hold on, I'm going to answer that question. Somebody said, does race play a role in it? Well, I have clients from all over the world that have issues with fibroids. Does medical racism, is it that a thing? Absolutely. Absolutely. But this is a global issue, okay? I love, you missed my question. Okay, I'm gonna go back and answer it. I love us black women. I'm a black woman. I love us black women. But sometimes we be thinking we're the only ones going through something. I work with women all over the world. This is from India to Australia to Europe. This is a global issue. This is a global issue, and women are not being heard by their doctors, by their health practitioners. It's a global issue, okay? Now, do Black women have it worse? Yes, but it's still a global issue, okay? I had fibroids and was thinking about having surgery. You may want to think again. You may want to think again, okay? I hope you may want to think again. I was in the hospital last week due to lower abdominal pain. Okay, so what is that? Is that a question, Tasha? I don't know. You said it. You missed my question. That's not a question, okay? Here's the thing. A lot of doctors will make it seem as though you need to have surgery in order to have a baby. That's not true. And I want you guys, for those that are new, I have a client case study that she had fibroids. She couldn't get pregnant for years. She had blocked tubes. She had all types of issues. She had adenomyosis as well. They saw like even precancerous cells in her cervix. It was a lot. She was going through a lot. She had a low 𝐴𝐻 levels, hormones way out of balance. She could not get pregnant for years. And if you go to my client case, the link is in my bio. By the way, you're watching from TikTok, the link is in my bio. If you want to look at that client case study and what we were able to do with her after I worked with her for 6 months, completely heal her body, completely dissolve her fibroids. And guess what? A few months after taking my program, she got pregnant. And earlier this year, she had her baby. She had her beautiful baby boy. Okay, she didn't have to get cut open. Before working with me, she had already had 2 fibroid surgeries, and they caused uterine scarring. After working with me for 6 months, not only did the fibroids dissolve, not only did her tubes become unblocked, her scarring also dissolved. That's the power of holistic healing when you know what you're doing. Okay, and she wasn't out here. I didn't have her out here on every single herb, on all of these crazy stuff that y'all be doing to try to heal holistically. No, we had a plan. It was structured. Very structured, right? It was personalized to her and what she was dealing with, right? That targeted the fibroid, that targeted her womb issues on all levels, right? And we also worked on her inner work, because when you have these womb issues, it's an energetic issue as well. It's energetic stagnation. So when you have these womb issues, it's not just physical, it's also emotional accumulation in the body as well. And guess what? Your body keeps score. Your body keeps score. Okay, so when you're having all of these heartbreaks and these relationships that went wrong and you haven't processed through that stuff and healed that stuff, it's gonna it creates things like fibroids, cysts, all these womb issues. It's not just physical, right? That's what we work on in my programs. It's that we don't just do physical healing. No, we bridge both the emotional part and the physical. Okay, that's why a lot of you guys have done all this fasting and all this stuff. You still have the fibroids. You did all the fasting, you took all the herbs, you still have the fibroids. That's not how you heal. That's not how you heal from fibroids, okay? I had so many women come to me and work with me after years of, they tried every herb. They went to other womb specialists. They went to other people, and they just had them on all these herbs, all this castor oil, all this stuff. That's not how you heal. That's not how you heal. So you have to know what you're doing to get results, okay? 6 years I did a hysterectomy and I regret that. I'm so sorry. And ladies, listen, for those that have been thinking about having a hysterectomy, when you hear women say they regret it, listen, don't go schedule a hysterectomy to take out your uterus when you hear women regret it. You hear women are suffering. Because when you take out your uterus, your whole body is out of balance. This is why I have a client that works with women who has cancer, and a lot of them have had hysterectomies. That's not a coincidence, right? Now, if you have a hysterectomy, you can still improve on your health, but the more has to be done because you just took out a whole organ. Every organ is in your body for a reason. Stop taking them out. You heal your organs. Don't take them out. Don't take them out, okay? You got to heal your organs. So somebody asked me, what can you do to strengthen or balance your hormones? You want to get to the root cause of the problem, and that's what I help my clients do. You want to get to the root cause of the problem, okay? That's what I help my clients do, okay? Get to the root cause. If you want to watch how to get to the root cause of the problem, I have videos on that on my YouTube channel. Subscribe to my email list, okay? If you want to learn more, but you have to get to the root cause of the problem, okay? That's how you heal. You can't just cut out fibroids and think you're not gonna heal like that. They're gonna grow back, and you still have what caused the fibroids it's still present. This is why you grow fibroids, some of you guys, a few months after having surgery, a year after having surgery. They come right back, and they come back with a vengeance. They come back with a vengeance, okay? So I'm tired. Can fibroids bleed and fall off? Sometimes. my clients with me, when I dissolved my fibroids, I didn't fall out like that. It just, I went to get an ultrasound, it dissolved, right? So it doesn't have to be this dramatic thing. And it doesn't have to be this dramatic thing, right? So I don't know what people watch online and what they're looking at, that they think the fibroid is just gonna fall out. It's very rare that happens, and usually when that happens, it depends on where the fibroid was. It was growing off from like a stalk, or if you're doing some crazy regimen, some crazy, insane regimen to get rid of the fibroids, which I don't recommend, because the women that do that end up growing the fibroids right back. Because again, they did not get to the root cause of the problem, and they did not really implement this into their lives. So if you're trying to get rid of fibroids and you're not getting to the root cause of the problems, you're trying all these gimmicks and these random natural remedies that you guys see online, I would really stop, because you guys are getting stuck in that and still not getting results. Some of you guys have tried every herb, you tried every vitamin D, castor oil, and you still got the fibroids. Okay, you still have the fibroids. If you want to know what causes fibroids, get on my email list. I have a whole 7-day series on that. Get on the email. The link is in my bio. Again, the email list, right? That's where you learn more. How can I get in touch with you? Email. I have an appointment Friday to talk about surgery. Okay, so if you have an appointment to talk about surgery, what do you want me to do? Okay, are you trying to get rid of your fibroids naturally? I'm not gonna, because here's the thing, if you already have it in your mind you're gonna have surgery, there's nothing I can do for you. Okay, so you have to make a decision. Okay, that's on you. I'm not here to talk anybody out of surgery, but I'm here to tell you people are being unalived due to surgery. I just share, if you're just coming in here, I just shared a story about a woman, and I have the screenshot to prove it. Number one, and this same woman told me to share this story with as many women as I know. Her best friend I have to be careful what I say because of YouTube and TikTok. Her friend was just unalived due to having a myomectomy 6 weeks after having a myomectomy. 6 weeks after having a myomectomy. Okay? If you want my email, the link is in my bio. It's in my bio, hon. You're going to see, if you go to the link in my bio, you'll see an envelope symbol. Click on that. Email me, okay? Email me, okay? So it's important. I have containers, I have programs where I work with women to become fibroid free, okay? 6 weeks, what happened? She passed away. I have to be careful what I say on these apps. Like, you can't. She was unalived due to having fibroid surgery. This is not the first time that this has happened. It's not going to be the last. It's a very invasive surgery. You guys know that. Many women have had huge complications even due to having the surgery. Huge. Many women who have come to me after I told them not to have surgery and have had complications due to that surgery. You are already, when you have fibroids, what you got to understand is that your body is already in a compromised state. I always say fibroids is a full body issue. That means the lymphatic system, the digestive system, the organs are detoxification channels, everything is clogged up. It's clogged up. So when you go and get sliced open, you're putting your body into a more compromised state. You're cutting into your lymph vessels and all of this stuff. Yeah, you may have a temporary relief, but guess what? They come right back. You still have all the things that cause that fibroids. You still got them. So you're trading getting cut open just for a tiny bit of temporary relief. That's asinine. Okay, we have to stop, like I said, settling for people cutting into our uterus. We have to stop settling for these not only fibroids, but also these harsh ways of healing. This is why I get irritated when it's Fibroid Awareness Month and they're pushing all of these surgeries. They're pushing all these celebrities that say they have fibroids and they're promoting all these procedures. They're doing that for a reason. They don't like. If Fibroid Awareness Month, where are they talking about you can actually get rid of fibroids on your own? You don't have to be cut open, okay? So it's really important. It's really important that you understand and know this. I had to share this. I wasn't even going to go live today. I had to share this story. How many more women are going to be unalived, are going to face complications because they have stupid people in their life telling them to have surgery? A lot of people how many women tell me that they're being coerced into having surgery by their boyfriends, by their husbands, by, their friends, by their family members? These people don't love you. I'm going to be honest with you, because if they're coercing you to have surgery, When people are shrinking and dissolving, when they should know that fibroids grow back after surgery. If they don't know that something's wrong, right? Something's wrong. It pisses me off when people tell me that, oh, my friends and all these, those people really love you for real? Okay? Telling you to have surgery? Like something that a very invasive surgery. Be very careful about who you listen to. And doctors don't care. Doctors sell surgery. They know your fibroids will grow back right after having that surgery. They know it will grow right back. They know it will grow right back. And you'll be in the surgery room again. Year after year after year after year. I know a girl that had 5 fibroid surgeries. Why? At what point do we say enough is enough? At what point do we say enough is enough? When are we going to do, like, it doesn't make any sense to me. It don't make sense to me. I don't want to hear of another woman being unalived due to having fibroids. It's happening too often and I'm tired. And because of what I do, people bring these stories to me. People bring these stories to me. This is why I say, listen, if you have fibroids or somebody you know has fibroids, share this video with them. Women need to know people are being unalived due to having these surgeries. When you can shrink and eliminate them, eliminate fibroids naturally. Same thing with endometriosis and adenomyosis, cysts. Y'all don't have to get cut open over and over and over again. Like, how many times is too much? It's too much. It's too much. But here's the thing. For women that know, I know that there's some women that are watching that they know that they're fed up. They're fed up with, being offered surgery, and they're really wanting to get to the root cause of getting rid of their fibroids, okay? They're desiring to not just get to the root cause to heal their bodies, because they also know that it's to the point where fibroids are starting to dictate their lives, right? Because you start bleeding like crazy. You can't leave the house. A lot of you guys, when you guys have these fibroids, during your period is so bad, the pain is so bad, right? It starts to dictate your life. You start to form this fibroid belly because the uterus will enlarge and push the fibroid out. So it looks like everybody's asking you whether you're pregnant. I was there. I know how that feels. I know how that feels, right? But here's the thing. You, as somebody that went through this, and it has helped many clients go through this, you can dissolve, when you get to the root cause of the problem, when you actively work on the root cause, you can dissolve and shrink, you can shrink and dissolve these fibroids naturally. Now, for y'all that have large fibroids, is it going to happen in a day? No. But you have to actually target the root causes. You can't just, the fibroids are just a symptom of what's really going on beneath the surface. The fibroids are a symptom of what's going on beneath the surface. They're not the full problem. But you're looking at just the fibroid as the full scope of the problem. You're not looking at the entire story, okay? Yes, so true. I had fibroids 2021 removed, and they came back again. I just went to the doctor. They're going to keep coming back until you get to the root cause of the problem. They're going to keep coming back until you get to the root cause of the problem. What is the time frame for your program? What do you mean? What do you mean? We have for those that are interested, we do have a private, this is a 101, by the way. And for women, it's not for everybody. I only take 1 and 2 women at a time for this container, right? This is a powerful mentorship, one-on-one, private one-on-one quantum womb leap, okay? It is for women that want to quantum leap their womb healing. This is a high level program, mentorship, okay? It's not for women that just want to do, or I just want to feel better, or I just want to get rid of fibroids. You want to get rid of fibroids, but you want to improve several areas of your life, right? You want to also heal your hormones, because if you have fibroids, your hormones are way out of whack. You also want to heavily get to the root cause of the problem, improve your fertility health, right? Have a deeper connection with your womb, right? A lot of women, like I said, they don't even know their passions anymore in life. Their life is just centered around their fibroids and work. That's it. No, we go deep in this container. Okay. So that's for women that actually want to thrive in several areas of their life. They're already doing well in their career, but they also want to be anchored in who they are as a woman. They want to feel powerful, right? That's what womb healing does. It's not just about getting rid of fibroids. It's deeper than that. I'm not just talking to women that just want to get rid of fibroids and that's it. Those are the women that are looking for quick fixes. I'm talking to women that want to get to the root cause of the problem, that want to deeply connect to her natural feminine essence, that want to do the real work in healing the emotional, want to clear the emotional blockages in your womb energetically as well as getting rid of the fibroids, okay? All of the information is not, like I said, it's not for everybody. Let's get that straight, okay? All the information is, if you're watching from YouTube, it's in my description. It's in my description. And it's all in the description box. And if you're watching from TikTok, the link is in my bio, okay? So that is what we have available. We also have other offers available, but that is what I'm looking for, 1 to 2 clients to lead powerfully into womb healing. This is not little work, okay? And you actually have to apply, because I don't take everybody, okay? We also have, again, our 6-week womb healing experience open. If you're not able to work with me one-on-one, get in that, okay? Any questions before I go? I'm gonna get off of here now. I said what I said about, listen, if you're, stop signing up to have your womb cut open. Stop signing up if you're not getting to the root cause of fibroids, what are you doing? If you're not getting to the root cause, it doesn't make any sense. You have to love yourself more. Even if you never work with me, that's totally fine. But I want to put out this message. I want to put out this message. Even like you have to, if you cannot, okay, so let me just say this. First of all, if you're living in the US, medical errors is the 3rd leading cause of death. If you're living in the US, medical error, in other countries is even worse. Okay? But if you're living in a Western country, first world country, medical errors, 3rd leading cause of death. So a lot of you guys are, when you have these fibroids, when you have these womb issues, you're putting all your hope and dreams in a doctor that doesn't even care, doesn't even understand how the body works, doesn't even understand how fibroids work. They don't understand how to get to the root cause of the problem. They're all about diagnosing you and cutting you open and give you meds. That's it. You know they don't want to heal you. So what are you doing there over and over again? I'm going to my doctor for fibroids. I'm talking to my doctor for fibroids. Why? So they can coerce you into having surgery? We got to stop doing that. That doesn't make any sense to me. If you know your doctor does not want you to heal naturally, what are you doing? They're just going to tell you to have surgery or take these meds. So what's the point? Okay, I want to work with women that have evolved past that. I can't, right? I can't compete with your doctor because what I'm telling you to do is going to be the opposite. And the women that work with me actually heal. The women that are, you know, I don't know, they're in and out of their doctor's office. They stay sick. I was there. I know what that does. But at some point, you have to understand and know. Listen, they're not healing me. I still have these fibroids. They're getting worse. So then what the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing? I love your content. I love your videos. You're so respectful and confident, and you're my idol. Thank you. Okay. So I'm glad I didn't get the surgery. I was totally, that was your intuition talking. A lot of us don't listen to our intuition. That's your intuition talking. That's good that you listen to your intuition. Okay. Stop having these surgeries. Heal your body naturally. Stop taking out your womb. Heal your womb naturally. That's my message. Okay. If you're on TikTok, you need to also be on my YouTube channel. Click the link in my bio, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and share this video, this live stream that I'm streaming live from YouTube with at least 5 women you know that have fibroids. At least somebody needs to hear this message. Somebody share this video with at least 5 women you know that have fibroids. If you're watching from YouTube, click the thumbs up button. Share this message with at least 5 women you know that has fibroids. We got to stop because women don't know the full scope of what's really going on with their bodies. They don't. Okay? So if you want to work with me, the link is in my bio. Okay? I'm looking for 1 to 2 clients. I have 1 to 2 spots open for my private one-on-one 8-week womb quantum leap. Okay? If you're watching from YouTube, the link is in the description box for more information. If you're watching from TikTok, the link is in my bio. Okay? That's all. I didn't want to get on here too long. That's all. Gotta go. What happens if you get pregnant and find out you have fibroids? You're going to have to, okay, so if you're pregnant, that's a great question, by the way. If you're pregnant and you have fibroids, and what you want to do, we don't want to heavily, aggressively shrink and dissolve the fibroids while we're pregnant, but we do want to stop the growth, and that can be done naturally. I've helped women that were pregnant as well. As a matter of fact, that's the situation you need to work with me one-on-one for, okay? Because that's a very serious situation, okay? You want to, as much as you can, create a healthy space for that baby. And now for women, now I'm saying this for women that haven't gotten pregnant yet, but are trying to get pregnant when they know they have fibroids. Stop right there. Stop it right there. Heal your womb, shrink and dissolve your fibroids, then get pregnant. Okay? Let's bring these babies into healthy wombs. Let's get our womb healthy and then start having these babies. Okay? The next generation deserves that. All right? That's all, ladies. If you want to work with me, the link is in my bio. Email me. If you're not sure which offer will be best for you, email me. But right now, I'm taking clients for my private one-on-one womb quantum leap. I want to quantum leap women, help women quantum leap to womb healing, collapse the timeline, and quantum leap their womb healing. Okay, not just physically, but also energetically as well. Right. And improve this is, like I said, this womb work is not just getting rid of fibroids. It's deeper than that. It's you being connected to your natural feminine essence, you being in your creativity, you being in your femininity, right? You being deeply anchored in who you are as a woman. It's absolutely beautiful. Your life improves and you're able to magnetize your desires in the life that you want, because guess what? The womb is all about creation. And when we have issues with the womb, there's block creativity, and that's going to affect you, not just having babies, all different types of levels, right? So understand, is there a deadline to apply for the private one-on-one womb quantum leap? Well, yeah, I'm only have 1 or 2 spots, so technically yes. Okay, technically yes. All right. You guys have a great rest of your day. All right, rest of your night. I'm gonna go now. I wanted to just come on live and get on the email list. Join the email list if you want to know more about womb healing, getting rid of fibroids. Get on the email list, because some of you guys don't even understand the root causes or any, like, the full scope. Get on the email list. Join the Sacred Womb Letters as well. I have a Sacred Womb Letters where I go deeper into deep womb truths. All right, join that as well. You subscribe. The link is in my description box. If you want to subscribe, YouTube, the link is also in my, if you're watching from TikTok, the link is in my bio. All right, I'm looking for 1 or 2 clients to heavily work with, and that are ready to do the work, for sure. That are ready to do the work. I had fibroid surgery, but I'm trying to have a baby at 46. Is it possible? It's possible, absolutely. However, it is very possible to have a baby at 46. As a matter of fact, we're supposed to be fertile still at 46. Contrary to popular belief, fertility it's not about your age, it's about your health. So where is your health? That's what you need to ask yourself. What is your biological age? It's not about your chronological age. What is your biological age? What is the health of your body, your health of your organs? If you still haven't gotten to the root cause of the fibroids, it doesn't matter if you had surgery. Your hormones are still out of balance. You still have a congested lymphatic system. You still have all of these things that created the fibroids because you had surgery. You did not get to the root cause of the problem. So that needs to be addressed. Okay? You're talking to someone that's helped many women in their 40s get pregnant. Society will tell you that that's impossible, or there's a low chance of that. No. When we are at our healthiest, we're supposed to be extremely fertile in 40s. I mean, that's nothing. Okay? I know society will tell you after 35, that's if you're unhealthy. That's if you're the average person and you're unhealthy. And you guys shouldn't settle for that. All right? All right, y'all have a good one. Have a good one, everybody. Good night.